Find ingredients on the PDF file of the class. Let's start by adding the brown sugar and the oil into our mixing bowl. Using the paddle, let's mix at low speed first and then increase the mixing speed to medium. Keep mixing at high speed for about 4 to 5 minutes. Now I will add a pinch of salt. I will say a quarter of a teaspoon should be more than enough, and mix for a little bit more. Now slowly add the eggs, not all at once, but one or two at a time, while mixing at low speed. Let it mix for about 1 to 2 minutes. This way all the liquids will get emulsified and the sugar granules will start to dissolve in the water in the eggs. In the meantime, let's add a tablespoon of vanilla extract, good quality vanilla extract, and let it mix a little bit more. Let's make sure we scrape the whole bowl surface to ensure there are not any sugar granules, sugar lumps in the egg. I like to mix the spices with the flour to ensure I don't have lumps of spices that will that will give you a nasty taste if you have, a small lump of mixed spices or ground cloves in your mouth. So it's a way of diluting and dispersing all the particles of the spices on the cake, in the cake. So let's scrape this little bowl and let's just mix a bit. At the end, what you want to make sure is that there are not lumps of the spices within the flour to avoid these strong spices staying lumpy. Now add the flour and spices a little bit at a time to avoid the gluten to develop in the wet mix. Just a bit by bit should be perfect. Mix at the lowest speed of your mixer, again to ensure that our gluten is not developing and we don't have a chewy and hard texture of our cake. Now scrape all the bits of flour that stayed at the top of the bowl to make sure that everything is fully incorporated. Again, I like to go by the bottom of my bowl to make sure that everything is mixed and nothing is sedimented. Let's add the carrots. It should be about 1 cup, 1.5 cups of grated carrots. I added a bit of orange zest with my carrots, as I like that nice citrusy taste in my carrot cake. Now we're finished mixing. Let's scrape all those carrot bits that stayed in the paddle, and let's prepare to pour our butter in our tins. Again, we scrape all our bowl to ensure everything is homogeneous, that we don't have pieces of flour everywhere or the eggs have decanted at the bottom of our bowl. And now we'll pour it into our tins. I prepare my tins by putting a thin layer of my homemade cake release scoop. I will give you the recipe later. And added a layer of greaseproof paper all over the tin. This cake might go a bit higher, will raise a bit higher than my tin, and I want to make sure that everything is contained. These also help to avoid the brown edges in your cake after baking. Now to the oven. I can't wait to feel all those wonderful smells all over my house. This is how our cake looks like, and now we will decorate it. For the frosting, we beat the butter and the cream cheese. When properly mixed, we add the icing sugar and mix it until completely uniform. For decoration, I use a cream cheese frosting and these lovely carrots I found on the shop. I hope you like this recipe.